If you need any Xbox or PlayStation codes or any cheap PC games, use the referral link in the description. It will take you over to g2a.com. They already have a discount on most of their goods, and if you use the code CHES at checkout, you can get yourself an extra 3% off as well. Hey guys, how's it going? Ches back again, and welcome to episode number 20 of the West Ham Career Mode series here on FIFA 16. It is the second part of the season finale today, the final episode of Season 1 all told. We'll be, Ross Barkley wants to play apparently against Stoke. We'll be playing the final game of the season. As you can see from the league table, I'll bring it up onto your screen now. Manchester City have won the league already. Who's going to finish second? Absolutely no idea though. Chelsea are on 72, Man United are on 72. We're on 69, so if they both lose and we win, we could finish second too. However, if we lose, we could still finish outside the top four, and if Arsenal win, they could finish fourth instead. It's absolutely all to play for in this final episode, and we have 7th placed Stoke City for us in the final game of the season. So it's not going to be easy either. If you bear in mind, earlier on in the season we played Stoke City and they were the very first side to beat us in the Barclays Premier League. We went on a fantastic unbeaten run of 15, 16 games or so, and they were the ones that absolutely threw all of that hard work under the bus by smashing us by 3-1 in the final, or in our first defeat of the season. So I'm hoping for A, payback for that result, and B, I mean, a draw would be enough to finish in the top four, but when you've got the chance to finish second, surely we want to get the victory and hope that that Manchester United and Chelsea, slip up, and we can maybe, just maybe, take that second spot. So we'll jump into the game against Stoke now. We will have the final game of the season today, and then I'll put the season roundup at the end of today's video as well. So rather than having a separate video solely for a season roundup, we'll do it all in today's episode, and then tomorrow we will start season number 2. So drop the video a like if you enjoy. If we could have over 1,000 likes for today's season finale part 2, then that would be absolutely fantastic. Let me know in the comment section right now what you think this result is going to be and where you think we're going to come in the league table, and then either edit that or add to the bottom of that once the game is finished. Well, actually, no, don't add to the end of the comment where I finished, because I don't want that to be spoiled for anybody in the comments. So comment where you think I'm going to come, and then just for your own entertainment, see where we finish. I almost told everybody to put spoilers in the chat there, but at least I was able to correct myself and stop that from happening. I'm quite comfortable with the starting lineup we've got set up at the minute. Song and Noble in the middle. Ross Barkley will start on the bench, but he has been pushing Dimitri Payet for a start in the first team. And actually, to be fair, Sané probably deserves a start ahead of Antonio after getting a last-minute winner in one of our recent games. So it's in the rain. Stoke away in the rain. Not an easy game at all. But we'll have our fingers crossed, and let's go and try and finish inside the top 4. It's Fabian Orellana, formerly of Celta Vigo, into Van Ginkel, who's actually gone out on loan to PSV now for Chelsea in real life. Charlie Adam with the first chance of the game, and my God, I thought that was in. I saw the net ripple as it went past the side netting, and my heart dropped. I thought Stoke had taken a phenomenal first chance lead, but they haven't actually. 5 or so minutes played, and Charlie Adam comes the closest of either side so far. In fact, that was the very first chance of the game, and it really wasn't that far away. Nice ball down the line to Phil Bardsley. Oh, it's a great cross as well. Keeper's going to have to come and punch that, and he did so very well indeed. That was a really good ball in, and if the defender wasn't there, that could have been quite easily 1-0 to Stoke. Zarate get the turn in, give it to Payet. Dimitri does have good feet, and there's a great option for a ball to Leroy Sané. He's in the box, scored in the last episode, scores again today. Half an hour into the game, West Ham 1, Stoke 0. That was a very nice counter-attacking move. Payet with a gorgeous through ball. He's not played too many balls like that so far in this season, and to be fair, he's not fulfilled the potential that we know he has from real life, but at the vital moment in the last game of the season, he's popped up with a fantastic assist, and Leroy Sané has absolutely buried that as well. 1-0 West Ham. Champions League on the way perhaps, but where? Second? Third? Fourth? Let's find out. I only held up 3 fingers there. I don't even know what's going on. Heavy touch. Sané's gotten in there, no foul given, and Sané's danced around that tackle as well, really nicely. And Payet's danced around that one. We'll go for a shot. Payet! Oh, decided to... I've been so good on the run, and we've gotten so lucky with a couple of dodged tackles that I thought I might as well have the crack, and it might fly top corner if our luck was in. Unfortunately, it wasn't, and it wasn't there either with that Nelson Semedo shot that went well over the top of the bar. It was so bad, I've probably not even shown you it. Here's Oriana down the left-hand side. Oh, it's a great cross. Get that away, Winston Reid. It needed to be cleared. Man Bramjuv not happy with where the ball was played. You can see him pointing to Fabian Oriana there, but they've got themselves a corner. Bojan has come on for Charlie Adams, so they're clearly going more attacking. You're going to have to catch that, Adrian, and he has done very nicely. I'm glad he did that because I was starting to get a little bit worried when, or I have been starting to get worried when Stoke gets set pieces because we don't have the tallest of sides. Alex Song is probably the most physical player that we have, as you can see, showing that there with that particular physical battle. But other than the two centre-backs, our forward players are quite small, other than Leroy Sané on the far side, but he tends to obviously be a little bit further up the pitch. So whenever Stoke get a set piece, I get slightly nervous defensively, and it's caused us a couple of problems so far in this game, although nothing goal-threatening so far. And it caused us lots of problems in the first game against Stoke, in which we actually got heavily beaten. So we have to be careful here. Marco van Ginkel is in the box, but Ogbonna using that strength and good timing of the tackle to get the ball away. So we've been all right so far. 20 minutes still to go, and hopefully we can hold on for at least this 1-0 win, and maybe get a second to just confirm that we're going to get all 3 points, because I'd really like a safe margin to have. Or if Lanzini can get away from Arnautovic there. Zarate, don't make that run, make a different run. I don't want you to make that run, because that's where I want to go with Lanzini. Right, I see Song at the back post. We'll stand it up, hopefully over the keeper, and over Alex Song as well, unfortunately. Right, let's make a change then, shall we? Lanzini and Payet are pretty tired, so we'll take Payet off for Ross Barkley. Do we or do we not bring on Enna Valencia? No, let's bring on Nathan Redmond on the right-hand side, and I may in a moment bring on Pedro Obiang as well for Mark Noble. But for now, we'll just make those two changes, and hopefully they'll be enough to help us keep the 1-0 lead and maybe build on it as well. It's a nice ball into Steve Sidwell. Heavy touch though from Sidwell, but here's Man Bramjuv. He's got the turn on one defender. He's got the shot in. It's a good save by Adrian. Need to get this away. Needs to... Whoa! That was a clearance, supposedly, from Aaron Cresswell, and the ball got away from him, and he went for a slide tackle instead. If that had ended up in giving away a penalty, I would have been livid, absolutely furious. But as it turns out, we might actually get them on a good counter-attack here. Semedo somehow being caught by Eric Peters. I don't know how he's doing that. Semedo is absolutely rapid. Eric Peters definitely isn't. I'm just going to dink that in there. Maybe an aerial ball will help defensively, or offensively, sorry. But nope, not going to work. Oh, that could go in our favour. Get that under control, Mauro. Oh, he skipped past the man. Surely. No, Shawcross, where have you come from? Fuck! Final whistle's gone. We've picked up a 1-0 victory. Now, our goal difference was better than Manchester United's and the same, I believe, as Chelsea's. I think it was the same. They may have had one better. So, depending on their results, we may have finished second or third in the table. We have definitely, though, got Champions League football next year, with thanks to that early goal from Leroy Sané. There weren't that many chances in the game. It was very, very tight. But please, that shows the progress we've made throughout the season. Arsenal drew and Chelsea drew. No, Man United won. I got all excited then, and then the realisation dawned on me that actually that means that they're going to finish ahead of us, doesn't it? We've got £13.1 million as additional transfer budget for finishing where we have done in the league table, and we have finished fourth. I'll probably move myself to the middle here so you can see at least the points of everybody else. But Manchester City win the Barclays Premier League table. We'll just jump straight into a season roundup now, shall we? Man United second, Chelsea third, ourselves fourth. So presumably that means we'll have to qualify for the Champions League next year with a third, or is it fourth round qualification tie, isn't it, before the group stage draw. Arsenal will have to settle for Europa League football. Spurs finish 6th, Stoke 7th. Watford, Leicester and Aston Villa get relegated. Bournemouth stay up, Sunderland stay up. Liverpool in the end finished 13th, one place behind Everton, who are 12th. Really poor season from both the Merseyside teams. We'll have a quick scroll through the other competitions. Swansea versus QPR is the FA Cup final. That's going to be quite a game. How they both made it to the final, I've no idea. But Spurs won the Capital One Cup with a 2-0 win over Man United. That was the pre-season tournament we were in. The Champions League final is Barcelona versus Sevilla. Presumably Barca will win that. Europa League final is Chelsea versus Zenit. So presumably they'll win that as well. In fact, let's actually just advance now until the middle of June, so that all of those tournaments have finished, and I can tell you who actually won them. Swansea won the FA Cup by 2-1 over QPR. Probably no surprise there, to be honest. In the European games, though, Sevilla beat Barcelona. Wow, I would have thought Barca would have won that quite comfortably, but no, 1-0 win for Sevilla. They win the Champions League over Barcelona, and in the Europa League, Chelsea win 3-1 against Zenit. Good, pleased that Chelsea won. Right then, so have a quick look and see what happened in the other leagues around Europe. I do want to see who got promoted out of the Championship as well, to see who's going to be joining us in the Premier League next year. And promoted out of the... Sheffield Wednesday get automatic promotion behind QPR. And one of Reading, Derby, Cardiff or Hull will join us in the BPL next year. Out of curiosity, just want to see how Cambridge got on. 8th place, just outside the playoffs. Never mind Cambridge, better luck next season. In France, PSG won the league, no shocks there. Germany, Bayern Munich won the league. No shocks there. Italy, Juventus won the league. No shocks there. Although they've won it either on goals scored or on the head-to-head record, because they're same on points, same on goal difference, and it's only one different with goals scored and goals conceded. That's ridiculously tight. Roma gave Juventus every single push they possibly could, but weren't able to do it in the end, unfortunately for them. And we'll have a quick look and see how things went in Spain. PSV win in Holland, or in the Netherlands. Sporting win in Portugal ahead of FC Porto. In Scotland, Celtic win, shock, and Real Madrid win the league in Spain. FC Barcelona second, and Athletic Bilbao actually finishing third ahead of Atletico and Valencia. So they'll be joining us in the Champions League next season, providing obviously that we qualify. So we'll have a quick squad report here to round things up for the season. Adrian is homesick, probably going to be leaving us then in the upcoming transfer window. Now is the time to let me know some transfer suggestions down below. Actually, let's sort by position so we can see, considering I'm not really going to do a transfer targets type video this year, we'll just do it as we go along. So Adrian and Spiegel we've got in goal. Spiegel will probably stay as a backup again to Alisson, who's going to come in on a free, and we'll have Adrian go out. Nelson Semedo's been our fantastic first team right back this year. It's been absolutely wonderful. Love him. He's growing quite nicely as well. Noyle's been out on loan and will probably go out on loan again next year. Winston Reid has been rock solid for us all season long. Same with Angelo Ogbonna. Those two will continue to be my centre-back pairing next season. Riedewald has grown up too, which is fantastic. Would like to get him more involved next year, and to be fair, with extra European Cup competitions, he will definitely see more first-team football next season. Pask and Burke and Leo Chambers will go out on loan again next year. James Chambers played a good rotation role for us this season. He'll probably see a little bit more football next year as well. He grew up too, actually, to 75, which was nice. Denial Henry, nice to see some growth from him. He'll go out on loan again, but nice to see him up 3 at 70 now. Aaron Cresswell is up 1. I'm tempted to sell Aaron Cresswell. He's not been that good for me overall. I haven't felt that comfortable using him. He says he's got acceleration and sprint speed of 79, but he feels very, very slow, and he's weak too. Grimaldo has not necessarily struggled, but he's still young, so I might sell Aaron Cresswell, bring in a brand new first-team left-back and still keep Grimaldo despite his 2 own goals, as the rotation left-back Lewis Page will either get sold or sent back out on loan. Hendry's up 3 though, which is nice. He'll go out on loan again next season. Alex Song will go back to Barcelona, so he may need replacing in the first team, although Reece Oxford could probably fill that role because he, as you can see there, is growing fantastically well. I'm going to start working now that his passing stats and tackling stats have upgraded really nice. I'm going to start working on his overall ball control and dribbling, etc. in training so that he's better on the ball right, as well as getting it back. So that's the plan for him. He's unhappy. Is it because of feels he's underpaid? Oh, okay. I'll offer you a new contract then, shall I? But yeah, he's been rock solid for us, and hopefully he can continue to grow next season, which I'm sure he will with all of the training we'll do. Diego Poye will go back out on loan or get sold. Nathan Redmond's been very good out on the right hand side. Really enjoyed using him. Samuelson would get sent back out on loan again. Sam Byram is going to be arguably more first-team football for him next year as well, with obviously the European competition. Mark Noble's been brilliant for us this year. 3 goals, 3 assists. First name on the team sheet with regards to West Ham starting 11 anyway. Pedro Obiang has been really good, actually. 6 goals and 1 assist in 28 games. Good rotation player. Really pleased with Pedro Obiang. Josh Cullen will go out on loan again. Michael Antonio has been exceedingly good for us. 5 goals, 5 assists for us this year. Really pleased with him. Leroy Sané has impressed since coming in as well. 2 goals and 3 assists in just 9 appearances for him. May actually start starting him ahead of Michael Antonio on that left-hand side. Oscar Borg will go back out on loan again. Matt Jarvis we will sell because he's actually gone to Norwich permanently in real life. He scored 11 goals for them this year, though. Very well done. Manuel Lanzini, 1 goal, 6 assists for him on the right-hand side. He's up 2 as well. Very, very good. It's just such a shame that you can't grow physical stats, because if I could grow his strength, that would be brilliant. Dimitri Payet, 2 goals, 4 assists. Not the sort of season you would have expected from a player of that calibre and a player that's been doing it week in, week out in the BPL, but still our best and highest rated central attacking midfielder at 83, and he will stay first team next season. Ross Barkley will probably play just as important role for us in that cam role because of all of the extra fixes we'll be playing next year. Mauro Zarate, I don't know whether to keep... He scores 15 goals in 36 games. I have to keep Zarate. Enner Valencia scored 8 in 28. Zarate got 5 assists as well, as did Enner Valencia. He hasn't grown at all. Zarate's up 1. He's 29, but we might as well keep him for another year. Enner Valencia there, as you can see, not grown at all, but he's still done well for us. So we're not really going to make too many changes, I don't think, to the first team at the beginning of the next season. Soda Berahino came in, scored 2 goals for us in 10 games, although some of those will have been for West Brom. He's up 2 ratings though, so looks like he might be a good grower. Parfit Williams will go back out on loan again. Adrian, that's it. We're back round to the top. Well, that's going to sum up and round out this season then. Thank you very much for watching. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed. In fact, we may not need to get another goalkeeper in, because as you can see there, or could see and can see again now, Archibald Henville looks like he's going to be a decent young goalkeeper. I'll quickly show you. Since we got that extra money in, I have been able to go out and get all of the previous youth players, and now I've been able to sign them. I'm going to wait until they're 17. You guys are going to have to give me some feedback here. Is it better to call them up to the first team now, or leave them in the youth squads until A, they're either 17, or B, they complain that they're not, being called up to the first team, and then call them up? So, because there's so many people here to bring up and to train that it's going to be a hard decision to decide which one's going to be the best. Hugo Madrazo is our Scout Future Star guy, so clearly he's going to play a big role, and I want him to grow as best he possibly can. He's got acceleration of 70, sprint speed of 7. Acceleration of 73, sprint speed of 70. Strength is really low, unfortunately, but I want his physicals to grow, and you guys told me that if I train him too much too young, his physicals won't grow, so I'm really apprehensive of stunting his growth. But he does have potential of 91 to 94, so surely he's got to be fantastic at some point in the future. We've got plenty of guys here. I'm just going to scroll through so you can see for yourselves. A couple of goalkeepers as well. A right back maybe, although he's only 15 and 52 rated, so would probably have to go out on loan. Another goalkeeper, 5'5", hoping that he'll grow when he turns 16. Another right midfielder, 61 rated, close to Madrat, so potential to get to 94 as well, depending on what happens with his training. Another right side midfielder, potential to get to the 80s. Still waiting to see what happens with Maxi Gonzalez, to be honest. Only 41 rated right now, so probably won't grow any further than the early 70s, I wouldn't have thought. But you never know. It says 89, so we'll wait a few more months and see what happens with him. Same with Pierre Goul as well, and Ramon Saavedra, perhaps, Spanish guy, 49 rated, 68 to 92, probably only going to reach the early 70s again, so he probably won't make the first team. 52 rated centre-back, potential of 79 to 85 though. He could be pretty good once he grows. Don't really want a centre-back that's 5'1". And then another goalkeeper, potential of 82 to 88. So we've got plenty of youngsters that are promising here for the upcoming seasons. I wasn't expecting to finish in the Champions League this year, but stepping it up to Legendary wasn't as big of a jump as I was expecting. We have done very well. We'll have to wait and see what happens in the league next year, because obviously we didn't have much fixture congestion this year with league and cup games. With European games thrown in there as well, we will really struggle next year because, with the squad that we have currently, without making additions to it, because obviously there'll be extra games to play and fixture congestion, and people will be tired. So next season's going to be interesting to see how we get on. I'd be happy with just qualifying for the Champions League again in the second year to then push for the title perhaps in the third year. But let me know in the comment section down below what you thought of this season as a whole. We'll have the first episode of season number 2 tomorrow. Drop this video a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel as well if you haven't already. There'll be more West Ham career mode coming. There'll be more My Player coming. If you missed any of those, any of those previous, then check the channel page for them. But that's all for now. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I will see you in season number 2.